Hey, brother teacher here. Someone replied possibly to another video on a different video of mine, unrelated subject. Maybe they didn't reply to another video, but they just asked me to comment on the portion sizes of a meal, I believe. They want to know about portions. How much should you eat per meal? That's a good question. It's an interesting question. Now, if we're speaking in terms of adults, I am not a dietitian. I'm not a science in the proper sense of science, the way in which they look at it conventionally. But I am a man who exercises common sense. So, let me sit up. As I'm sitting here before you, 59 years old now, 5'9.5" I weigh approximately 157, 159 maximum weight. I used to weigh around 185 about 2-3 years ago. Now, I'm healthy at this weight. What has changed? This. Over time, over the years, I began to understand that we don't need to have a lot of volume when we eat in terms of food. We've been traditionally always filling a plate up full of food just because we could, just because it was available, and just because that's the way it was just simply done. I've come to realize that it's not as much the volume of food that we eat from day to day as much as it is the nutrition aspect. We are supposed to have nutrition, vitamins, minerals, and so forth. As long as we have nutrition, the proper amount of nutrition or nutrients every single day, we're good. That's what your body needs. This is common sense. It should be common sense. And if it wasn't, I hope it is now. So now, as I said, when most of us were growing up, mom and dad would fill our plates, oftentimes. And our belly would feel content. You feel your belly getting tight when you eat a certain amount of food. And sometimes people will go back for seconds during Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays and things of this sort. Why? Why did we ever adopt that type of behavior? Because we simply could. And that's the way our parents or family did us. You could go back for seconds in the good old days. Maybe today for some people. But I don't subscribe, me personally, to having a second meal, basically. If I eat dinner, I'm not going to go and say, let me have another bowl of this or another plate of this. No, that's gluttonous. That's eating too much. And you wonder why people are overweight, morbidly overweight or obese. It's because of that very thing. We eat oftentimes because it tastes good. And because it tastes good, we just continue to consume. And then we have to reap the benefits later, negative and positive, of the things that we eat. If you eat too much, chances are you're going to have health problems or issues. You're going to be overweight and even obese. And a lot of times people overeat because they're not getting the proper nutrition. They're eating a lot of things, a lot of types of food that are void of nutrition. So your body is still saying, I'm hungry, because it's hungry for the nutrition. It's not hungry for the volume of the food that you're putting in it. That's not why you're hungry. And you keep on putting things in your body that has empty calories, you're going to continue to be hungry. So now, portions. If you are going to eat breakfast, lunch, and or dinner, I say, this brother teacher saying this, every item that you have on your plate should be able to fit in the palm of your hand, a cupped hand. So cup your hand as if you're going to scoop water up out of a pond. Okay? The amount of whatever the volume is that you can hold in your hand should be your peas. It should be the steak. It should be the potato. It should be the corn or the macaroni and cheese or whatever it is you enjoy eating. No more than that, what you can hold in the palm of your hand. The problem is, most of us, I'm speaking collectively, it's not me anymore, most of us like to fill the plate up to the point where it's running over. That's not the proper way to eat. You are seeking out what again? You're seeking out nutrition. Am I eating fresh vegetables? Dark green vegetables, your colored vegetables, your squashes, your greens, your even sometimes your peppers, uh, and if you're eating meat, am I uh, indulging in a steak that takes up half the plate? That's too much. Baked potato is okay. You can have a baked potato. Sweet potatoes and yams are better. They're more healthy for you. White potatoes are really not that good for us. So if you do have a white potato and you cook it in the oven, try your best not to use aluminum foil to cook or bake your potato. It is better to boil it with the skin on it on top of the stove, because aluminum is a metal that is very fragile under heat. It absorbs into the potato while it's in the oven. Just a footnote. So now, again, on the portions before I leave, what's the amount of food you should have per item on your plate? If you're going to have carrots, you should be able to hold the amount of carrots in the palm of your hand, in a cupped hand. No more than that. Corn, peas, green beans, squash, beets, whatever it is, in the palm of your hand. That should be your portions. Get adjusted mentally first to doing that. Think health first before you do that, and as you begin on this journey of proper health and proper eating habits. When you get it in your head first, you can accept it physically. Okay? But if you're thinking, oh, that's not enough, or I'm still hungry, no, you're really not hungry. If you have the nutrition again, I said, then you will be okay. Either you want to be healthy or you don't. Either you want to lose weight or you don't. You have to make the decision which one it is that you want to have in your life. Good health, mediocre health, or poor health. But always remember this at the end of the day. Whatever your health is dependent upon you. You're the one who makes the choices, whether they be good or bad. Brother Teacher here. I'm out.